My name's Robert.
I'm Andrea.
We've been together for about 6 years now and married for the last three. Almost immediately after we got married, we decided we wanted to have a family, and about a year later, we hadn't had any success. So I started to wonder if something was wrong with me.
And I was having a lot of self-doubt because I had had health issues in the past and issues I dealt with daily. So we started to get nervous thinking that maybe we couldn't.
We'd, uh, we'd started talking about adoption, going to
Yes.
fertility clinics and things like that. And uh, adoption, we found out, was very expensive. And so we didn't have the money for that at the time. And so we kept on just saying, it will happen in God's time and with God's plan. And on December 1st, Andrea had gotten a phone call about her grandmother.
My great-grandmother was very ill. She's been sick for a long time, but we thought she was going to pass 7 years ago. So never took it too seriously. We just went there to see her, and when I saw her, I could tell like this is really the end.
She was frustrated because she wanted a family more than anything. 2 days later, we found out that she was in fact pregnant, and this burden had been lifted off of my shoulders, and I was so thankful. And
We took 7 tests, and he took a test and double checked and double checked the double check.
we were waiting to tell our parents on Christmas Eve, and on December 12th, I got a phone call at 12:20 in the morning, and my dad had told me my mom had been taken to the hospital. And so I jumped out of bed and told Andrea, "Hey, my mom's going to the hospital." I went up there, and driving up there, I looked for any ray of hope, or I prayed, and I got there, and she was in a coma on a breathing ventilator. And I'd always doubted that people in a coma and things like that could hear you. And so every day I just sat there and I told her, "You're gonna have grandbaby number 6." And finally the doctor came in on a Friday afternoon and told us there's nothing else we can do for her. And he'd recommend sending her home on hospice, or she could pass in the hospital. She gets home about 9 o'clock on Friday night, and she just comes to, and she looks around and says, "What is everyone doing here?" And then my wife walks into the room, and she looks at her, and she says,
Have you picked out a crib?
"We don't know if it was because she could hear us, but she got to know that she was having another grandbaby, and we're so thankful that she got to know that before she passed." It was an awesome feeling knowing that she was in a coma on a breathing machine, with tubes stuck down her throat, and she could still hear us. He was born healthy as could be on July 10th.
So when we really needed something happy in our lives and something to look forward to, that's when he blessed us with Cohen. Right? His timing wasn't our timing, but everything made sense afterwards.
We've come to the realization that God cares about every detail of our lives,